The Coca-Cola company, they are going to come out with milk. That's right. They're coming out with something called Fairlife, and we've got some more info for you. Fairlife will be more nutritious with 50% more natural protein, high calcium, low sugar form, and sold at twice the price of a normal pint. According to Coca-Cola's North American chief, the milk tastes better than regular milk and is made on 92 family-owned sustainable dairy farms with high care processes and proprietary milk filtering process. All right, so this basically sounds good, right? Coke, the big guys coming in, maybe helping some of these family-owned farms, sustainable, a lot of good buzzwords in there. Call me a skeptic. I have a sense that somehow this is going to be evil when Coke gets involved in milk.
Evil milk.
What do you think?
Do you think they're going to make the wholesome image unwholesome?
I think it's quite possible, much like when in The Simpsons, the mafia got involved in selling milk to the schools, and what did they do?
Milk.
And it was rat milk. So most of what I know is
were brittle.
Exactly.
I would drink rat milk.
Millhouse drank that
That's
milk.
not the point.
But that's not the point here, yeah.
I'm just feeling really like a horrible sheep because like as soon as they said it was more expensive, I was like, I want that milk. So clearly it's working on me, and I'm the problem.
And it's not even out yet. No, but really, can we trust these big companies? Part of me says we can't trust big companies to get involved in any of this stuff. And then there's another part of me that, I watched Food Inc. a couple months ago, and they talked about how Stonyfield Farms was this tiny little family-owned whatever, and then I think it was Walmart got involved with them, and then they took the same practices that they had and they just made it at a bigger scale. So as part of this, like, you fear the big companies, but sometimes maybe not so bad.
It's hard for me to get past the fact that this is milk and I hate milk.
So you just don't like milk. This is
Yeah.
a dairy issue for you. What do you think in terms of a big company?
I think best case scenario, sure, the big companies take over and let them keep their sustainable practices, but I feel like that's probably not the norm. I think that story was about Walmart was probably told because it was like outside of what normally happens.
Right, because we know
It's an anomaly and it was exciting that way.
Right, much like how Walmart has that commercial where they have this like pop-up fruit stand and they show you how fresh all their fruit is, but meanwhile they don't tell you about the 10 or 20 growers that they probably put out of business that are
Right.
down the block. But is that what we need to get healthy food going a little bit more? Like, to me, like going to Trader Joe's where I can get some organic stuff. Like, Trader Joe's is not a huge company, but they like made it sort of accessible to someone like me. So we do need that kind of, right?
Sure. Well, it's also a different take on what is healthy. This is like it's more nutritious, but why is it more nutritious? Are you adding things? Is it because then we have the organic route, and that's like totally different, which is we're not adding all these things.
Yeah. All right. Well, just to show you a little bit about how big business gets in on some of this stuff, there of course is a ad campaign. All right, there you go. I mean, she's wearing milk. You see what they're doing there? Drink what she's wearing.
One of them is actually squirting milk.
That's a
Just
callback.
to bring it back to the porn thing.
That's a callback to an earlier segment. We'll annotate to it right there so you know what we're talking about. Yeah, so sexy. You don't really think of sexy women with milk, but...
Milk is disgusting.
I feel like you actually do. I feel like we already kind of established.
Oh, we already have that because of the mustache. The
Right.
mustache thing. So you associate sexiness with milk.
I don't personally associate sexy with milk, but I don't think that they're the first to make that association.
Yeah.
I think that milk has long been sexy.
Milk is a sexy beverage. I think of lemonade maybe or pink lemonade.
Lemonade doesn't come from breasts the way that milk does.
Yeah, but lemonade, that's sexier to me.
All right.
Citrus is sexy.
Whatever makes you happy.
Citrus is sexy. How much of this stuff are you on board in general? Just sort of the healthier route. Let's say forget the conspiracy theories about Coke and whatever they're going to do. Let's say this thing is good and it does provide what they claim it's going to provide. How much for you guys are you on board? I'm doing the grass-fed butter thing. Are you on any of that kind of stuff?
I don't.
Lewis's smirk already implied that he's not on the grass-fed.
Well, no,
butter.
I mean I'm on whatever is affordable.
Yeah.
And if this milk costs twice as much, I'm not going to buy the milk that costs twice as much.
Right. And I think that's probably where most people fall with these things.
And I think that if the grass-fed butter costs twice as much, that's not going to happen either.
30%.
Okay.
Well, if it's responsible farming, sure. But if it's like we're injecting this new Coke brand vitamin into the thing.
Yeah, what they don't tell you is that they're injecting the cows, obviously, with Coca-Cola. So
is the milk carbonated?
It is not carbonated, but, oh, God, we're going to have carbonated milk. It's all just terrible.